Hello, world, and thank you for coming to my channel, The Life of Poon. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. How are you doing today? I am feeling fab, and it feels like I'm on a ranch by my background. Don't it look like I'm in a ranch? Like I can have horses and shit back here? But no, I'm in the suburbs. Mm. So, today, what I would like to discuss is keeping myself in bondage and how I did it so you cannot do it to your life. Okay. So I would say the main thing how I kept myself in bondage by not having confidence in myself. I achieved a lot of things, but I felt like it was never enough. I achieved a lot of things and I just felt like I still had more to do. I achieved a lot of things, but I felt like I was a jack of all trades, but a master of none. But in all honesty, all I needed was self confidence in myself that I can achieve anything, which I can. But I didn't believe that within me, and my self confidence weighed me down because I just felt like I'm not at the point where I want to be, and I'm feeling low in life right now. So it just felt like I couldn't achieve what I wanted to achieve. So instead of building myself up, I would beat myself up by looking at what's right now and not looking towards the future. I wasn't being optimistic, I was being pessimistic. And I didn't have no reason to be pessimistic because I achieved so much just by me reaching my age and having multiple job and career opportunities as I did, and even with like love and even with family. I achieved so much, but I wanted to count myself short because I thought the things that I did in my day to day wasn't making me who I am. And hopefully that made sense. But it was just one of those things that I had to realize that I am I am confident in myself and I can achieve anything that I want. And even with like certain aspects of me that I count out, I can't count those parts out because those make me who I am. And that can actually go on, now I'm talking about a job, can go on my resume to help better myself and get me financed the way I wanted to be. And like for instance, I would take care of my grandmother and build a relationship with her. And when a caregiver position came to me, I'm like, I can't caregive. I don't like, what am I going to do with that? I don't want to be around old people. I don't want to bathe. I don't want to clean up poop. But in all honesty, I was counting myself short because I didn't have that self confidence on what I was doing on my day to day. I didn't have that self confidence that I could achieve that and get paid for it. And it was just one of those things. It just goes with a lot that I was doing with my life. And that was just one example. But I was keeping myself in bondage because I didn't want to believe in myself. I didn't have the self confidence in myself that, yeah, I may not be a master, but at least I know this and I know that, and I can bring this to the table. I didn't want to look at that. I just wanted to look at where I'm at now, and I didn't want to look at where I'm going. And I stopped myself from looking at where I'm going because I was just so in my feelings about where I'm at now. And in all honesty, where I'm at now is exactly where I'm supposed to be. It's helping me. And I had to realize that I have to be grateful for right now and stop looking at what I don't have. And definitely I had to look at that I have to change the quality of myself that was, oh, I'm not going to be happy until I get this. Because like, for example, worked my butt off to get a nice car, fabulous car. And when I wrote out my dreams of what type of car I wanted, I knew what car I wanted. So when I went to the dealership, had my money, I'm like, I'm gonna pay it in full. Like, I'm not playing. Like, I'm serious. Like, I'm serious. And it was one of those things that I had to learn because instead of getting my dream car, I was thinking what everybody else would think. I was thinking, um, how am I, how is this gonna look? Instead of getting what my dream car was supposed to be, I was worried about how, now that I'm starting to say it, it's like you sound ridiculous, but we all have those things in our mind that we all have to get out. And instead of getting my dream car, I would think like, are other people going to feel comfortable in my car? Doing myself an injustice. Instead of getting what I want, I'm steady thinking about what other people are going to think, and that was my downfall. Why do I even care what people think about me? So it was one of those things that I went in, didn't buy my dream car because I was like, I was just worried about what people are gonna think and how it was gonna benefit. So didn't buy it, and when I got my car, it didn't make me happy. I feel like even if I would have bought my dream car at the time, it wouldn't have made me happy because it was coming from a place of, I guess, the ego, and it was coming from a place where material things don't make you happy. And you can buy all the nice things in the world, and yeah, it feel good at the moment, but it's a moment in time that's gonna like feel good, but after that moment is gone, it's just like uh and instead of going into the dealership with my mind set on what I want, I wavered. And I've been doing that my whole life when it came to certain things that I want. And I was keeping myself in bondage. I was keeping myself also in bondage by not trusting people around me because I didn't want to be hurt again. And I was actually doing myself an injustice on the biggest scale of my life by doing that because that's the one of the greatest things about life is having fun and trusting people and um, not keeping yourself closed away in a closet because you're scared of getting hurt again. Now I understand that when people hurt you, yeah, it's time to reevaluate some things, but at the same time, and yeah, you gotta have people at a certain distance, and you got to have boundaries. I'm not denying that. I learned to have boundaries, but at the same time, it was one of those things where my boundaries were so like wall up that I didn't want to go around certain people cuz and talk about certain things and do certain things because I felt like they were going to take my ideas, or didn't want to be around people because I felt like they were trying to get one up on me, and didn't want to enjoy life because I felt like, oh, a mistake is going to happen. I'm going to make a mistake and then I'm going to be stuck here even more. And you see the injustice that I'm doing on my part by trapping myself away, by not being who I am and not trusting those around me. Because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna fully trust strangers, but at the sense of it, it's better. I don't know, like giving like a little bit of trust where it's like you're not closing yourself off to the world. Like I was basically getting scared in my mind and cutting things off before anything even happened. So I was like that in and out person where it's like I wanted to be there and you never did anything wrong to me, but I was just scared of being hurt. I was scared of being used, and I cut myself off from a lot of great things that was happening because I was just in that fearful mindset of what's going to happen instead of being optimistic of what's going to happen. And it was just one of those things that I've definitely had to learn from because I can't live my life like that, being scared of everything and being scared of making mistakes because that's the whole fun of life now that I'm realizing, because just being stuck in a closet and shutting myself out to the world because I'm scared of what people are going to think and scared of how people may do this to me or do that to me. I wasn't living life at all. And I've realized that by me doing that, I was dancing with my own demons and didn't even know it my whole life. And it's just one of those things I had to grow from. And one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'm not perfect. I will make mistakes, but that's okay. Everything will be okay because it always been okay. I was just in a mental state of mind where I was trapped, and I'm the one that put myself in bondage. And that's all I have to say about that topic. Make sure you check out my other videos, subscribe, like, whatever you want to do. It is what it is. If you didn't watch all the way to the end, then baby, send it to your girlfriend. She may need to hear it. Send it to your boyfriend. He may need to hear it. Send it to whoever. Share. That's the name of the game, is share. Don't be so in a box where you're scared to share yourself, where you're scared to share your ideas, where you're scared to show off who you are because you're scared of what everybody else is going to think and what everybody else is going to do. Live your life for you.